at my family's restaurant.
What's the name of that restaurant?
It's God, I'm there every day.
Bob's Burgers!
God.
Gene!
Never mind.
Gene, are you kidding me? The name of the restaurant is Bob's Burgers!
Well, I call you Dad. I think of it as Dad's Burgers.
You live above it! You work in it every day!
Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. These are the Thursday Thoughts, and today is the day that you have all been waiting for. If you love Bob's Burgers, I'm your girl, and lately I've been going through each member of the Belcher family one by one, discussing just different personality traits that they have, funny moments in the show, different quotes, things that make them them. And today we are on the very last member of the Belcher family, the one and only Bob Belcher. Of course, Bob is the head of the family. He is the father of Tina, Jean, and Louise, Linda's husband, and of course Bob's Burgers, the restaurant, and the TV show are named after him. These are all very obvious things. Now on to some of the things that you might not know about Bob. Bob tends to be kind of dry. His humor is very dry. He is very sarcastic, which is probably where Louise gets a lot of her sarcasm from. And Bob also loves a good pun, which also plays into his burger of the day that he creates every single day. He has a new burger of the day that he comes up with, and they're always a pun of some kind. Some other things about Bob is that he's kind of grumpy. He's a little more pessimistic. He is the realist. He's very logical. He's pretty much the opposite of his wife Linda, and so they tend to make a pretty good pair because they balance each other out. But something very important to note about Bob is that he is passionate about his craft. He loves making burgers. He loves cooking. He loves being able to express his creativity through cooking, and that's something that makes him very endearing. And something about Bob's personality that surprises me is that even though he's pretty grouchy most of the time, he's very patient with his family, and his family is chaotic. Yeah, you should go and watch my previous videos talking about the family. You'll see why. And Bob has his moments. He loses his cool.
Lynn, this isn't a crazy day. This is a perfectly average day at Bob's Burgers. This kind of stuff happens all the time, and I'm so glad you came by to take it in. Sorry we couldn't be inspiring for you. I guess we just didn't have it in us. So, goodbye. You can leave. Thanks for stopping in.
And that's something that is also very endearing about him, is that he's relatable. Some of the funny things that Bob says. So, touching on the fact that Bob is grouchy, he's grumpy pants, he's just generally dissatisfied with a lot of things, and something that he always says is just, oh my god, like over and over and over again. People have made entire compilations of just Bob saying, oh my god.
Oh god. Oh my 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 god. Oh god. Oh my god. Oh god. Oh god.
And then another line that he doesn't say all the time, but I think he says it a handful of times to his family is, you're all terrible. It's like, I love you, but you're all terrible.
All right, listen. You're my children, and I love you, but you're all terrible at what you do here. And I feel like I should tell you, I'd fire all of you if I could.
Bob.
His kids are such a struggle for him sometimes. They're a struggle in general because they're just bad kids. Like, they're not good kids. They're not obedient. They don't do what they're told. But he has all the patience in the world for them until he doesn't. But even then, he's still a good dad. And leaning into Bob being a dad, he's very emotionally present, especially with his kids. And I really admire that about him. And I think it's a good role model for fathers out there and men in general. There's an episode where Tina has a school play and she's going to be the lead in it. And essentially her character has mononucleosis. And she's talking about how dangerous kissing is to the whole school and that you shouldn't do it, otherwise you're going to die of mononucleosis. She's distraught about this because she becomes the face of no kissing, which in turn gets her uninvited from a spin the bottle party at one of the popular kids' houses. And if you know Tina, you know that she's always searching for a kiss from Jimmy Jr. or just a teenage boy in general. So yeah, she's distraught about this. She comes home, she's sad, she can't eat her dinner. She's like, can I eat my dinner in my room? And of course you would think she would pick up the plate and take the food to her room, but no, she just like grabs a whole wad of spaghetti and just runs back to her room. It's like, oh, okay. And Bob goes and he says, okay, I'll go check on her. I'll go talk to her.
Can I finish my dinner in my room?
Sure. I guess I'll go talk to her.
No, Lynn, you're still sad about your shoes. I'll go.
And he goes and talks to her and she's in bed with the spaghetti just like on the pillow.
Tina, can we talk? You still got that spaghetti, huh?
Yeah.
That's good. We'll wash the sheets later.
Okay.
And he's talking to her about her feelings, and she tells him the situation, and he gives her fatherly advice and just says, hey, this is, if you don't believe in what you're saying, then don't say it. Like, just be you.
You are obviously upset. You want to tell me about it?
There's gonna be 45 minutes to spin the bottle at Jocelyn's party.
Okay.
But I got uninvited because now I'm mononucleosis, the face of anti-kissing.
That sounds bad, yeah. Okay, first of all, people will want to kiss you again, Tina.
Really?
Yep, if doing this play is making you say something you don't believe in, then maybe you shouldn't do it.
Even if I said I would?
Yeah, because whether you kiss anyone or not, you're in charge of your own mouth, who you kiss with it, and what you say with it.
And I just think that that's really sweet. I love that. Bob is a great dad. Another thing that you should know about Bob is that he is obsessed with Thanksgiving. You heard me. Thanksgiving. That may be odd, but the man likes what he likes. Each one is a whole event. And I'm gonna make a video about this, about the Thanksgiving episodes, because they deserve a whole separate video for just them. There's a whole video where he gets a very special turkey. It's a heritage turkey from Riverbrook Lakes Farm or something, and he had entered into this drawing to get one of their turkeys.
I'm not driving any faster with a Riverbrook Lake Farms heritage turkey in the car, Lynn. You've got precious cargo in your lap. I've been on the waiting list for 5 years for this bird. And yes, as much as I love you all, I might actually love this turkey a little more right now.
At least he's calmed down since the call.
Oh my God. Really? Really? I got one? Are you freaking kidding me? Yes! You've made me the happiest man in the entire world! Take this frozen hunk of junk. I don't need it.
He's not well. He'll tire himself out.
And their gas cuts out, and so he's not able to cook it inside, and he's like, we're gonna cook it outside in the alley, and they start burning trash in the alley to cook this, and it literally is driving him insane to cook this turkey.
And now there's only a few embers left. We've got nothing else to burn.
You can still go in and do the tree ceremony.
No! We're not going in, okay? We can make this work. We just need to put a tarp over the turkey. Quick, get a tarp!
Bob, stop it! We don't have any top!
Hold on, we can still save it. Look, I can make a tent out of my clothes. All right, I'll take my jacket off. Okay, here we go. All right, what else can we burn? Everyone empty your pockets.
But it's just always some kind of debacle that happens on a Thanksgiving episode. Partly because Bob loves it so much, but a bigger part is just because his family is kind of crazy, but we love it. And something else that you see in the Thanksgiving episodes that really tells about his character and how he's kind of weird is that he likes to make inanimate objects talk.
You ready for the oven?
I don't know, Bob. It feels weird. We should be doing this at home.
I know, it's not the same, but it can still be fun.
Why don't you take a sip of that over there, Bob?
That?
Yeah, that green bottle.
It's ridiculous, I know, but that's Bob. So that's something kind of quirky about him that Tina probably gets from him. Another cool fact about Bob is that he's surprisingly cultured and maybe a little pretentious, one might say, especially about food. He loves a good farmer's market. He's always trying to find the best quality things for his food, which I respect. I mean, as a chef, like, the better the quality, the better the food, and the more people will like it and all of that. Though he wants to go above and beyond for his food, he's also a very simple man. It's a bit dichotomous in a way because he wants to have fun and quirky creations that he's putting out with the best ingredients so that his customers love it, but he also doesn't want to go too over the top with the presentation, if that makes sense. A good example of it is actually an episode where a friend of his wants to invest in his business and he wants to have a theme for the restaurant, and he turns it into a tiki theme, and Bob hates it. Like, he's not about it. Even though his friend is offering him like $100,000 for this whole thing, he's like, I don't want any kind of theme. I just want burgers. Just good, simple burgers.
But you didn't come here for the food. You came here for the tiny umbrellas and the talking pineapple.
I love that pineapple.
And that's a really dumb way to choose a place to have lunch.
Why are you throwing a tantrum, O'Neill?
Because I hate tiki. And I'm sorry I dumped all over your tiki idea. There's nothing wrong with tiki. I would have hated any theme. I'm a burger man, not a this man.
So I appreciate that about him. You know, he's got a dream just to make good food, and I love that. But yeah, he's got a bit of a refined palate. He always wants to find good quality ingredients, and he makes really good food. And it's a tragedy because he doesn't get a whole lot of business, even though his food is so good. That's a running theme throughout the show, is that he's got good food, but just doesn't have the marketing on his side to bring in the people. But those are just a few of the ways that we can describe Bob Belcher. He He is a relatable father. I love that, you know, he's got this logical brain and he can be a realist, but he is also supportive and loving toward his wife and his children. He's emotionally present with them. He doesn't lean into like this toxic masculinity. Like he's secure in who he is as a man, and I find that very healthy. And even though he can be a grumpy gill sometime, he loves his family. It's apparent in everything that he does. Bob is definitely one of my favorites. And, you know, makes sense. The show is about him. Okay. But anyways, that's the Belcher family. I'm really happy if you went through all of these videos and learned about the Belchers. Please let me know in the comments who your favorite Belcher is. Let me know maybe what you'd like to hear me talk about. I love Bob's Burgers and everything about it, so I'm probably going to be talking about it for a while. If you love that, then you should go ahead and hit the subscribe button so that you can see more content from me, and you'll also be able to see a whole lot more of this face. And also hit the like button if you like this video, and I really look forward to seeing you guys next week. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.